Hi, I'm Chelsi from Chelsi Stratton Designs, and today I am here in my mom's sewing studio to show you some of my very favorite fall quilts. And I have like 5 that I want to talk about today, just a few of my favorites. I wish I could share them all, but I thought 'tis the season and cooler weather is on its way, so let's talk about some fall quilts. Sometimes you just get the itch to maybe start a fall project right now. Maybe you are just pulling out your fall quilts to decorate your house with, and I thought, it's kind of time for me to start putting my fall quilts out, so why not do a video on it? So we're actually going to start with the Bountiful Blooms quilt collection because that's technically our only real whole fall inspired collection. And we were kind of excited about that. We wanted to do a fall quilt collection. And I feel like if you're going to do a fall collection when you're designing quilts, you're thinking, oh, well, I'll do trees and I'll do leaves and I'll do some pumpkins, and obviously some of these quilts have those things in them, but I'm also going to talk a little bit about how you don't necessarily have to have those novelty things in your quilts to have a fall quilt, right? Because it's all about color palettes and designs. But in the spirit of fall, this one is called Autumnal, and this one has some leaves and it has the plus blocks. And one of the things I really love about it is it's fat eighth friendly, and so you get a lot of usability out of the fabrics of a fat eighth bundle if you have a fall inspired bundle, or maybe you're just using from your stash. But I love that you just have the alternate block of the leaves and the plus blocks, and it's kind of simple. We really liked this collection. It just kind of is just something fun that also has leaves in it, but you know me, I love an alternate block, and I just felt like this collection was really good for this design. So like I said, fat eighth friendly, and I can't help but do an alternate block, you guys. So background on that, by the way, and on all of these, except for the next one, is Bella 200, because I know I'll get questions. So before, we really had like an ivory background with our collections, and Summer Sweet was the last quilt collection, fabric collection that had that kind of ivory color in it. And so this was a quilt I submitted to American Patchwork and Quilting. It was on the cover. I'm almost like kicking myself that I didn't bring the magazine with me. I'm sure my mom has a copy in the house somewhere, but I designed this for the magazine, and I actually was inspired by our Summer Sweet collection, and I took a lot of the charcoals and a lot of the grays and the orange prints and taupes from previous collections like Harper's Garden, and I did this pumpkin quilt with the leaves inside the pumpkins. And another thing you'll notice is I did some of these blocks with a darker background, because when you go to the store and you buy pumpkins, there's white pumpkins and there's honestly green pumpkins of all different colors. I was very excited that American Patchwork and Quilting chose this as the cover quilt. That was very fun for me and super simple to piece, but I love how much the size of the pumpkin blocks, because it shows off the prints of the fabrics really, really well. Love this one. I think it's so cute, and I always love having a good pumpkin quilt out for the fall decorating. So, and just a reminder, this one is called Hey Pumpkin, and obviously it was in American Patchwork and Quilting, but it is now its own individual pattern as well. I got the rights back to it and thought, you want to know what? We're gonna just spruce it up a bit and sell it as a pattern. So it is a pattern available for you to buy. And obviously I did that background as the ivory background because I put low volumes on some of these pumpkins too, but the match is the ivory for Bella. I do want to say we can't see the quilting, but it is an orange peel and it turned out really, really cute on this one. Marion Bott did the quilting on that for me. Okay, so this is something a little bit different. Now, I designed this using a collection called Folktale, if you remember, by Lella Boutique. Oh, I just have to show you the backing on this really quick because it is so fun. So she designed this fall collection and I fell in love with it. And I actually designed this pattern based off that collection. And so it has the cottages and it has the trees with the stars. And I'm going to hold it up a little bit. I want to talk about, this is an example of me being inspired by a fabric collection prior to designing the quilt. So I knew I wanted to do a house quilt and I love that I did these cottages with the scalloped roofing and then an alternate block with the trees and the stars on top. And you will probably notice that I redesigned this quilt using our Favorite Things Christmas collection because I wanted to show that it could not only be a fall-inspired quilt with trees, but it could also be a Christmas-inspired quilt with trees. And I don't have that one with me right now, but I just love this in the fall colors. And so you don't necessarily have to do houses with trees and just Christmas collections. You can do it with fall collections as well. And I just adore this in these fabrics and was so excited when I was making it and designing it. And I think Little Town to date is just one of those patterns that is never going to get old for me. And I just think it's so cute. I love it. So there's kind of like the houses, it's still fall, but it's different. It's not heavy on the oranges or anything like that. It's just a softer fall feel, and I really, really like that for this quilt. Okay, so this is a good example. This is the Regal Pines, another tree-inspired quilt, and I like the vibe they kind of get. This collection was really good for this, and my mom pieced this for me. It's actually a really good size. I love the wall hanging version, and the wall hanging version is actually included in the pattern, and it has a little saying that you can put on it. It says shine brightly and look for the stars. And so I really, really love this one as well for fall. Just an idea if you like the trees. And I'm actually going to show you the backing on this one. I have so much of this collection left, actually. I'm going to probably do something else with it, but this is the backing on it. Okay, so the last quilt I have is actually on the table. It's very large. Now, if you know my Hearts at Home, the original quilt, it's a jelly roll pattern, and this one actually is not. I think you obviously could get the log cabins out of a jelly roll, but I made this fat quarter friendly and designed it in the Bountiful Blooms. And we didn't put hearts in the center, guys. We put leaves. So this one is called Fall at Home. Haha. Hearts at Home, but now we're fall at home. And has those bigger log cabin blocks. Log cabin is still probably one of my very, very favorite blocks to make. And then the leaves in the center of the block. And this one is just a good example if you're looking for a bigger block quilt and you want something that's going to show off the fabrics. And leaves, obviously, you guys. My mom does a really good job of examples of fall quilts that don't have a ton of novelty in them, but these are the ones I'm going to go and decorate my house with right now, actually, after I get done filming with Billy today. Okay, so I hope that these quilts inspired you to decorate your home with some fall quilts, or maybe there's one of them that caught your eye. I know I had a lot of fun making them. I chose some of the Bountiful Blooms ones. That's a recent fall collection we designed, but also I'm glad that I got to share some other fabric quilts with different collections. If you are looking for any of these quilt patterns, you can find them linked in the description of this video. If you liked this video, hit the like button. And also, if you're new here, please subscribe. We would love to have you. And we have other videos on our channel that I think that you'd enjoy. And thanks so much for stopping by.